When it comes to outsourcing for workers, many affiliates are not sure how to find the most suitable candidates. In this lesson, we take a look at our top tips for hiring. In an ideal world, whenever you needed someone to do article writing, link building, general SEO, etc., you'd be able to find a candidate that matched those skill requirements perfectly. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to find the perfect worker just like that. So here's some tips for an alternative approach to finding your ideal employee. Written English. Writing English is important for just about every aspect of affiliate marketing, unless you're targeting a primarily non-English speaking country, of course. Instead of trying to find the perfect affiliate marketing worker, look for the ones with excellent written English. Most SEO can be taught fairly easily, even to a beginner. But fixing someone's English can be very, very difficult. Training. Once you've found a group of candidates who meet your English expectations, look for the worker or workers with at least some experience in one or two of the skills you need and evaluate them on their motivation, trustworthiness, and how quickly they're likely to learn. Your ideal candidate is one who is trustworthy, motivated, and a reasonably quick learner, even if they don't have any SEO experience at all. So try to keep this in mind. A beginning salary. One advantage to hiring a complete beginner is that you can also start them on a lower salary than, say, a fully trained worker. That's not to say you should keep their salary low in the long term, but it does mean you can evaluate how good the worker is at a cheaper rate than an already trained worker. Technical candidates. Obviously, the criteria changes slightly if you need to employ someone who has skills you don't have, for example, a programmer or a graphic designer. In this case, you can take the more traditional route and evaluate based on their existing skills list and, more importantly, portfolio of existing work. You also don't need to evaluate specialist candidates' English quite so closely, as their job doesn't tend to require perfect English. Here are some other tips. Go direct. Don't make the workers come to you, go to them. This might sound counterintuitive, but you can find more suitable candidates for your job if you actively do your own searching, rather than having to select only from those who apply from your job postings. Many job hiring sites will allow you to view CVs and relevant skills, and you can use this to filter out suitable candidates you'd like to hire. Use your current staff. Sometimes the best way to find your ideal candidates is by asking those you already employ. Your workers have friends who probably have similar skills and intelligence, and it's worth finding out if they know anyone with the skills you need. The advantage here is that your workers will only refer someone if they really think it's suitable, because they know if they refer someone terrible, it'll reflect badly on them. Negotiate. Don't be afraid to negotiate with potential workers. If you find a great candidate with a part-time job already and you're willing to offer them full-time work, propose this to them and see what they say. They may well be willing to leave their part-time job or jobs to come work full-time for you. Also, don't be afraid to negotiate pay. No matter how great a developer may be, and no matter how much you want to hire him or her, why should you pay him or her $900 a month when you know you could employ two average developers at $450 each? Remember that just as much as you're keen to hire, your candidate is also keen for a job. So you can use that as a bargaining chip to get your worker to agree to a lower initial salary. Hiring full-time. Generally, you're far more productive if you dedicate your attention to the task at hand for long stretches than you are if you have to split your attention between multiple tasks in shorter stretches. The same applies to your workers. If you hire them part-time to work for you and they're also employed part-time somewhere else, they'll be considerably less productive than if you hire them full-time. Of course, it's not always possible for you to hire a worker full-time, however much you may like to. In this case, there are a couple of things you can do to help keep your worker productive. Hire them for full days, a few days of the week, for example. Try to hire your person 3 days out of the week for a full 8 hours, rather than 6 days out of the week for 4 hours at a time. Although you'll have them less often, They can work on your tasks for longer stretches and you'll get more productivity out of them. You could share a worker with an affiliate friend. If you know another affiliate who is also looking to employ but also doesn't want to or can't hire full-time, look to see if you can both share the employee. This way the employee is working on your moderately similar tasks and the training he or she gets from you and or your friend is beneficial to both of you. However, we still recommend using the above tip and sharing this employee by the day rather than by the hour. Okay, in this lesson we took a look at our top tips for employing an outsourced worker. We looked at finding the perfect worker, assessing their English, looking into training them, starting them on a lower salary, what to do about more technical jobs, and we looked at some other recommendations. Going directly for suitable candidates, negotiating hours and pay, and hiring full-time. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.